meetings
I mean,
beside them.
if you guys go over the bulletin points with them on the list there, I have no problem. I don't have to talk to these guys. I'll take your word for whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I
you wouldn't be
mean?
able to talk to this guy anyways. He's like for grants.
But you got to make sure you go over the points on the, because like I've done that with other guys and they do fine. There's some guys, but then I always notice there's always like one or two things that they miss, like backup goalies, or they don't understand the IRL, or it's just little
Me,
things
like,
get missing.
pretty much as long as I'd have like without just explaining it through the website of the sign up sheet, like an actual like rules or yeah, like an Excel sheet type thing, and
Well,
you just
the whole thing is if you look at that and you look at it once, it's a bulletin. It hits all the bulletins, and you just look at it and you make the little changes or answer the questions in between. You can just paste, 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 but you don't paste the whole thing to them or say, here, read this link. Forget it. Forget it, man. Nobody will read it. They'll just you mark it. Right, right. Right.
you want you want me to give you a
That's right.
translation for the
Right.
website?
And try getting, it takes Vlad a week to change it, so it's still sitting in the hopper. Yeah, I said to him, can you
Oh,
do this? I'm having a little problem. The O3L, the games went in, but the individuals didn't get the update. It only did all the games listed. Like it'll say last games played, and it'll have everything on there, but it's not like Savvy's got 3 games played, or your recent games didn't get updated. And he's like, I'm going skiing. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
they'll get my recent games. Question for Trev:
Yep.
the baseball league for
Yeah.
the newer game that's coming out. I just want to be able to time it for when I need to buy it if I don't end up getting it tomorrow. I want to
Uh,
at least have the game when the league starts.
well, I think it's out the 26th, and from there's nothing. It's all like manual done. We don't use the actual website. We do it's a form. You put a form in, it goes to an Excel sheet. We take the Excel sheet, we post it on the site, and we don't do. I'd love to do it. We can't do individual player stats. In other words, like you're not going to have Bryce Harper 28 homers in there. You're only going to have team because the franchise it's out again. There's no franchise. One American, one national. You got yeah, one. Well, we might do like an RRL too. Might. I'm not sure, but it's easier just to do the way we did it last year was, and it broke down. I got to be honest with you, and it only broke down because there were a couple people in there that were just. We had a girl in there, and she really fucked things up. Guys got pissed.
There's
She
no
started
time in
doing.
baseball.
She started doing things like balking, like 900 times so the game would end. But we had we had a pretty good group. She had the Yankees, and she was like 2-29,
No
something like that. With the Yankees, it's impossible with that lineup. Um, and a couple other guys like went away. They went away, but I think now we've got an additional 6, 7 people. We really needed like 3 or 4 more. And the game's good, but the game is long. It's a half an hour to play that. It isn't a quick game. It's not a quick game. No, 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 no.
You just suck at
Pitching's
baseball.
great.
So.
Pitching's great. Last year,
way.
the year before was pretty good.
Oh
Last year
my.
was great. It was like great. The
So do
gameplay.
you use the big boy controllers on that too? Or do you use other
Who, me?
Tom? Well,
You mean
whatever
analog or buttons?
yeah, everything that comes with
We
it.
Everybody's got to use zone. You can't use directional. It's like standard in any. No, no, yeah, you can have the circle. You have you. I have to look at the exact settings, but I know the definite one is the batting. There's two forms, zone or directional. And all the MLB leagues, any legitimate ones, never use directional. Never. The difference is with directional, if I throw you an inside pitch and you yank your stick left inside your right-handed batter, you're going to hit it, whether it's high or low. If you throw a high fastball and it's on the outside corner or it's on the inside corner, you go up with your stick, you're going to hit it no matter where it's at. Where zone is more precise. In other words, you got to make sure you can hit the outside pitch, hit the corner, hit the middle zone, down and in, curveball here. It's no, you don't use analog. Use buttons. You can use buttons, but you have to line up the cursor on the ball. In other words, you've got the circle or the square or a wedge or I forgot what they call that, the reticle. Uh, any of those, you can use any of them. It doesn't matter which one you use. You can use any view you want. You can use some guys bat, as the pitcher they bat. Some guys bat. Some guys bat on top of the plate, real close, where the ball's like legitimately where you don't even see the guy's body. Some guys bat with the body. Some guys bat with the lower right angle turns. There's a million different camera views. You can use anything you want to use with camera views. Pitching, same type thing. But that zone and directional is like a must do. And I can't. I got to look it up. I mean, I've got all the settings. So it was real. It's fun. It's fun. You got to make an adjustment too because what happens is unlike the franchise where you had guys, maybe a guy got hurt, in the franchise and he was on the DL and things like that. With this, it's like versus in hockey. Somebody goes on the DL, you have to make the move. There's no, you can't go out and have Washington or have Toronto. And well, because unlike EA, these rosters update every day because there's always baseball moves every day. There's 15 moves, DLs, up, down, guys brought up from AAA, you know, uh, trades are all the time. So you have to, if it's in your the only thing you have to do is you have to have a rotation. And the way the rotation works, I think it was a four-man rotation. You had to make sure that you didn't pitch out of rotation. Now, what would happen is, let's say, I use my number one starter, my number two starter, and then my number three starter, and we track it, what you did. And your number four starter is supposed to pitch, and the guy gets hurt. Then you have to sub in somebody from the roster that's just like the major leagues. You're the you're the manager and you're the on-game player, but you're not the general manager. Fielding, no rules, no rules, no rules. Anything you want. You can play auto fielding. It's not. I wouldn't do it though, because they're not going to make every play. You could do auto throw. They're not going to make every play on auto though in the field. No way, especially the outfield. And the big thing is the homer, man. The homer is always the key in that game.
5-1 for me.
But it's good. It's fun. It's fun to play the game. There's a lot of strikeouts. A lot of strikeouts.
I'd like
You
to
know.
see if we could get a group of the players together and have
Well,
like just a bracket tournament on a certain day. Just nothing that you would need to organize, just amongst ourselves.
hmm
Like on NHL?
Well, Well,
Yeah.
what we do in
I
the
was just thinking
MLB.
that
Oh,
just
NHL.
a little while ago, actually.
Well, we
Well,
got a
we can
lot
do it
going
on
on.
any game, technically, just anybody, whether you use your own team for the league
Yeah,
or we.
we have a lot of options, guys. But there's so many hours in the day. That's the problem.
There's a lot of guys on RRL today.
A lot of people, a lot of games are played. Yes, it's fun. It's fun.
It is,
And you
I
know
don't
what?
mind
With
it.
our listen, none of you guys have experienced the RL tourney. That's great. And I don't know if you all know how it works, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You don't know, right? So, so right now we're nearing the halfway point of the season. And what'll happen is at the end of the year, the people that have played the most games, 12 people, are going to go into the playoff pool.
Okay.
And what's the playoff pool? All these games you're playing right now, Buffalo at Arizona and Chicago at New York Rangers, when you put that score in, it goes into their standings on the RL website. Another one where you can see your profile and your games won and your games lost, which I've been updating today. You guys know about that? You can go in and
Yeah.
see all that stuff. You can see what your rating is and all that. Well, if you the it also creates standings. There's standings on there. So let's say they're inverted because I might play against Tom and he's Arizona, and I'm Washington and he beats me 5-1. But that's part of the RL. That's part of the thing. But at the end of the season, when the last regular season game is played, there'll be 16 teams in the playoffs. So the top 12 people who played the most games, the number one guy is going to select any team he wants out of those 16, down to 12. That leaves four teams. The last four teams come from a wild card tournament. What happens is we run three tournaments, and you can qualify. You win it, you qualify as one of the spots. Or we run four tournaments. Sorry, you qualify for one of the spots. So let's say you win the first tournament, you can pick one of the last four teams. Now, let's say you're in the first tournament to qualify and you didn't win. You can then try to play in the second tournament to qualify. So it gives you a lot of chances to get one of those teams.
Yeah.
And if I look, maybe some guys have played 20 games right now or 30 games, but they're close to being, in the top 12 right now. So we'll start
And
sending
there's a
information
way
out.
that there's a page that
Here's
we
the
can go
rank.
and view this
Cause yeah, that's
ourselves.
what I was just gonna ask. If,
And that's how you win a PSN. That's how you win PSN cards. The cup winner gets
I probably when I
go to
joined
leagues.
you'll
Go
probably
to
gave it to
leagues
me.
RL4. Now this stuff with Mark B tonight, I'm entering his stuff now. I held off because I wanted Justin to do it, and that turned out to be a bomb because he can't do it with that laptop. He could do it with the laptop, but it's so hard, it's ridiculous. It's a Chromebook. It's not Windows based.
Oh, that's what I have. It's working fine.
You have a Chrome?
Yeah.
Your laptop's a Chrome?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you didn't get you got the error on the application. You got the
What's that?
files on your laptop at home. You're saying you have Chromecast, Samsung Chromebook?
My phone is scrap right now.
Not
I
your
had a
phone. Not your
Galaxy
phone. Not
Note,
your
but my
phone.
laptop is an Acer Chromebook.
Ah, yeah. Okay, well, maybe it's because it's Acer.
no,
I don't know, but
I do not.
the Chromebook though is not a Windows-based book. That's probably why you ended up with that error.
Oh, okay.
He was a,
That's
he was
I
able to
just
get
couldn't
the
open it at
files.
work, and it's fine.
Right, right. So it's different at work.
Remember when I first joined, you're like, it's okay to use your work email and stuff? My boss watched like me in Toronto last night, most of our game today, and like he'll ask me about how I do and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I get emails. Showed him like, let's see, he's right there, hockey fan, so it was pretty funny. He's like, yeah,
That's pretty
maybe
cool,
you're
eh?
just not good enough, man. Maybe you just suck. I was like, I am.
Where
I'm just an overrated L2.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. You lost me there about the boss and the emails.
Well, when I first started, you had asked if it would have been all right using my work email for this. And I was
I
like, oh
didn't
yeah,
know it was
don't
your
worry
work
about it.
email, though. Oh, if you
And
asked
then
me if it was okay?
you had asked me and said like it's your boss and your work won't say anything, like because I think my email tells you pretty much it's my work one at Auction
I
Direct or
didn't
whatever.
know. I didn't know,
And
though. Sure. Yeah, go on.
and then yeah, I remember you had asked me if it would be all right, and that's when I thought too. I was like, ah, for this it would be, but I should not just watch out for my email as well. It kind of made me aware of that. But yeah, my boss, like, not only it's okay, but he'll ask me and he'll razz me and stuff.
Oh, about
I
what?
showed him
About
the
hockey stuff that you're getting from that email?
yeah,
I
just
didn't know
when
that.
I lose, and he'll ask me if I won. And when I was in the playoffs, he was like, "Yeah, Carey Price is still saving your ass." I was like, "Oh yeah, every game."
Oh, really? He did. That's funny.
And then he'll like today he was like, "Did you play lately?" I was like, "Yeah, I played Toronto there last night. Got it on YouTube." Right? He's like, "Yeah, show it. I want to see that." He's like,
Oh,
"Well,
did
up
he
right
look at
there,
it
like
on
that."
YouTube? Did he watch the game?
Yeah, I showed him a bit of it. There it was
That's
just
funny.
saves. And he coaches his boys hockey, so I was like, "Well, there's where you're going wrong, Mark. Like, you gotta come. I think I need to coach you." I was like, I gotta be your Claude Julien. I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny."
You know what? You've gotten into a pattern, though. I said it to Tom. Not that you're not a good player. You're just shooting everything that flip shot from outside, man, for the rebound. You got to go back to
Well,
some basics too.
I gotta use that when I don't have my one timer and I can't pick corners.
You can't hit corners.
No, like the
No, I
wrist shot
can't.
coming in.
I know.
So
But see, I watched the game you played. I don't know what game it was, man. That's all you were doing. You were getting to this just inside the blue line, taking that long shot, looking for the rebound.
That was
And
probably against me.
maybe it was. It might have been. And the thing with this is, don't get me wrong. I'm a shit player, but I've got bad hands, and I can see what people are doing. And
yeah,
sometimes you, at this, I don't want to say at this level, a guy like Troy is smart enough to realize you're doing it. You got to change things up all the time in this because you're playing
yeah. Well,
repetitive people.
it's exactly that. Like my whole way of scoring offensive is pretty much getting dirty goals. Not that much.
Yeah, but what I mean is though, it, you'll you got to take two steps back and change things up. Maybe lose a little bit more because in the long run you're going to make the playoffs. But with this group, that's why Fryer's a really good player. He may have not won any cups lately, and these other guys are really good. They're above him right now. But he's so adaptable to the way somebody plays. He changes his style to whatever that guy is doing, and he'll alter his offensive style because against what the guy is doing. So if you show somebody the same thing over and over, and that's the thing here, it's okay the first time around, the second time around, but believe me, these guys have good memories on how somebody plays.
I
They
write
Yeah,
shit
remember.
down about people,
I,
man. I'm not even
I
lying.
had time to set up my team a little bit before I played my second game at Troy.
Yeah, yeah.
Or yeah, it was tonight I think.
I've been
But you
writing
guys will
stuff
it'll
down
get
about
better.
people.
You've
And
been
I was
writing
able to
stuff
set it up.
down,
So
sure.
My
next
team
time
was
I
a lot
play them,
more.
I know how they play.
Right. Believe me, you're not the only one. Hey, why do you think you see sometimes you'll see people uh, playing a game against somebody and they'll play like these series, let's say a 5 game series, and you see the other guy come back and win the last three or
Yeah,
make it tight, or a 7 game series. It's because they're starting to get that pattern down. So now that, we've got, what's his name in L2, he's Maurice, the Dallas guy. He was in L1 a long time, and he used to just go nuts because he couldn't win a playoff series. This is the farthest he's ever been in the playoffs, I think. And his whole thought is that, man, these guys, I know exactly how these guys play. I still can't stop them, or I can't. They're just
yeah.
stopping me. But he's played these guys 15, 20 times.
There's
It
some
isn't
people
like,
that match up just against other people better. Like
oh, sure.
I
I
think
wish I had good hands.
I think he's in our party right now. Or I forget who. It's
It's
a
all good.
L4 guy that just joined.
Who,
And
Shepard?
yeah, no.
An L4. Oh, an L4 guy. Matus or Mo or the one guy isn't that good. He's Chris. He's okay. Nice guy, but he's having trouble.
I think he's L4.
I don't know.
But
When to play him in an
have him
RL?
yeah, a few times, and he just always gives me like a fucking good hard run, and he was kind
That's
of
cool.
he apologized like, oh, I didn't mean to. Hope you didn't take that the wrong way. When he was like, oh, you're L2, kind of like, oh shit, and I was like, not to take, you're not taking
Oh,
anything
no,
away
no,
from
man,
me.
don't
It's
forget
you
that, man.
you're solid.
Yeah,
I was
means
like,
nothing. You're a good player, Mark. You're a good player. You do well in L3 right now too. There's a fine line right now. I'd rather have you in a higher league than a lower league.
I'm definitely not in my prime as I don't play as much as I used to, so I lost a little bit of my edge there. So I'm definitely like an L2, probably mid pack, if not competing on
Tom
my
is doing
usual
pretty
game.
good. Tom is doing pretty good in L1. He didn't really he
That's the
wasn't
thing. Like I
excited.
can give Tom usually a good run every time we play.
Yeah, but you
Yes, we
played
know
him. How many times you played him in your
mm,
life? How many
not
times you played
not
against
that
Tom?
much, but we played together just so much.
Right.
Like
I'd rather have you guys in a higher league than a lower league. I've told somebody
yeah,
before. I can't stand seeing. Wait, the records in the L3 last year, 5 losses, whatever it was, should never be like that. The one guy in L1, Brett, he's a savant. He's in the top 100 in the world. That's a whole different issue. It's
like
good
if
that he's
I
here. He plays, but I
saw
mean,
him like when he joined, he got right into it and started playing. He was on often, so that's how he
oh
picked
yeah,
up some of the teams that were
yeah,
not being played and got other.
right. Well, you came in and you pinch hit too.
I haven't played too much of L1
No.
guys, but I played up L2 that I know once
A
I
lot,
hit
a
my
lot of the
scoring.
L1 guys don't usually play RL. They do, but they don't play a lot. Some do,
I
but they don't
play
play
There's
a
a
like
lot.
way you could
and I'm
see your
forced to play
rating,
a
you were
really
saying?
tight defensive game, and I don't
What did you
let
say?
Morgan
Try, I
move
didn't
me.
catch you.
There is a way you could see your rating on RRL, you said?
Yes. If you
Uh,
go to where it says RRL or leagues and go to the RRL4, you
and
got
that's
that?
right on the NHOL, like the actual site.
On the RRL site.
Okay,
Go to the
randomizer.
the randomizer page.
Okay,
Leagues.
leagues. Yeah.
Under leagues. And when you go there, a box will pop up with tabs on the sides, standings, profile, game leaders. You go to
I just realized I'm
profiles and you
playing
just click the first name that you see and a drop down box comes down.
Jack Speed had first draft. I didn't go through.
Rated random 3. No, just
Not
wait.
3, 4.
No, I gotta finish this game first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Jack
going to bed.
Spade, Tampa Bay L2. He had first pick, right?
Yes, he did.
Me and Mark B are in another OT match. Some good games we've been having.
Cool. Mark's a
But
good guy. Good addition to the group.
yeah, he has Pittsburgh. I have Detroit though, so.
Mm-hmm. Now you made me laugh though that one day. I actually did laugh out loud when he was playing his first game and he said it's like watching a kid walk for the first time or something.
There we go.
That's a good line.
Just had a good
You
run.
come up with good
Good
lines,
game.
Tom. You do make me laugh.
Oh, you
Boys, I'm
Good
headed out.
guessing, laughing all the time.
I'm headed out. I'm going to bed. I'll be on tomorrow night. All right. Everybody take it
Alright,
easy. Have fun.
you too.
Hey, Trev.
Good night.
Trev. Trev. I was gonna tell him keep your stick on games.
Oh, 7th. Holy shit, Tom.